Welcome to the 16th Jackie's Proof Animals Have Souls and Psychic show, produced through Passionate World Talk Radio, a subsidiary of Global Media Network. I'm a psychical researcher, author of 3 books, Moses and Jesus the Shamans, Mediums, and my Proof Animals Have Souls series. Proof Animals Have Souls and 500 plus celebrities go vegetarian. They're all on Amazon and they're on my website and other online bookstores as paperbacks and ebooks. My website is www.jackiejoneshunt.com, Jackie, Jackie, Jones, Jones, Hunt, Hunt.com. And my email for questions and comments from listeners is jackiejoneshunt@gmail.com. So Jack, like the boy's name Jack, with the IE, jackiejoneshunt@gmail.com. I welcome listeners' comments and views and also reviews on my books on the website and on Amazon. And these your comments will always be covered in future shows. Today I welcome medium Claire Maria Atkins from Suffolk, England, UK. Claire is nearly 60. She has 2 adult sons and has worked in spiritualist churches for approximately 20 years, giving demonstrations of mediumship and her psychic art. Her background is in retail, administration, and property rental. So welcome, Claire, to the show.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me.
Great, thank you. As a medium, what would you say your abilities are? There's clairvoyance, which is seeing, clairaudience, which is hearing, claircognizance, which is knowing in your mind, clairsentience, which is sensing, and trance is when you're in an altered state and you're overshadowed by a third-party communicator. So which of these would you suggest that you are, or all of them?
Well, actually, I have a bit of everything. The trance I'm developing at the moment.
Yes.
So, yeah, a bit of everything, really.
Okay, thank you. So you're clairvoyant, you see, you're clairaudient, you hear, claircognizance, it's a knowing, and a clairsentience, you sense, and you're developing trance. So thank you for that.
No problem, thank you.
Okay, would you like to explain how you paint your portraits through your guide of spirit people and spirit animals?
Well, first of all, I meditate. I ask my artist guide to come forward. Sometimes I see the spirit. The spirit will come forward also. And then my mind goes completely blank. I'm not thinking about what I'm painting. I'm not planning. He just totally takes over and paints.
So
he chooses what he wants.
Okay, so that would mean you're painting either a spirit person or a spirit animal without the spirit person or spirit animal in front of you. You almost step back and then you're overshadowed by your artist guide. Is that how you would explain it?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%, yeah.
That's interesting.
No picture, no photo, no.
So it's not that you're seeing them. But do you sometimes see them when you paint them, or is it always the guide who just takes over?
Sometimes I see them in front of me. Sometimes I see them in my mind's eye. Yeah, and that's how it happens.
Great.
But generally, I just need a name, and my guide takes over, basically.
So a person would come to sit in front of you and say, I've lost somebody, I'd be grateful if you could pick them up, and your guide takes over. Okay. Sorry.
Generally, I ask for the sitter's name, and then I ask for a spirit to come forward for them. That's how it happens.
I see. Were you born with this gift, or did it develop later in life?
I was born with the gift, yeah. I saw my guide as a young girl, but didn't do anything about it till I was in my late 30s.
Okay.
Yeah. I had quite a traumatic life. And after seeing my guardian angel, I started to develop more. And I started a circle, mediumship circle, and it went from there.
Would you like to elaborate to listeners regarding seeing your guardian angel?
Oh, of course. It was the darkest point in my life. And I just wanted to go to sleep, not wake up, basically. And I opened my eyes for a second, and above my bed was this beautiful form, a human form, but of pure golden light. And from her, I'm saying it's her, but I'm not sure.
Yes.
Beautiful warm golden light that wrapped all around me. It was beautiful. I felt loved, warm, safe. And I knew from that moment on that I was going to be okay. And I went from strength to strength and never looked back. And her image is always in my mind. She's always with me. Yeah.
So life had been very rocky at that time. Had you gone through a bereavement yourself, or a breakup?
Abusive marriage, yeah. And traumatic childhood as well. So
you really needed that strength from your guardian angel.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a memorable experience that you won't forget.
I've never forgotten it. It's with me always.
Do you see, sense, hear spirit animals? And do they communicate with you telepathically? For example, their feelings of love for their human owner or human family?
I love doing beloved pets readings for their mums. I call them mums.
Yes.
Because they do actually speak to me. They show me pictures. They speak to me. I feel their emotions. Yeah. I love doing readings for pets that have passed.
That's lovely.
I did one recently. Yeah.
Yes.
It is. I'm quite honoured and blessed to have this ability. I did a reading recently, and the pet that passed was talking how much he loved his mum, and he's still with her. He showed me his house where he lived, his bed, but he said, I never sleep in my bed, I'm always in mum's bed. Yeah, and he just wanted to let his mum know he was with granddad and he's fine, he's okay. And I said, oh, you hear his footsteps on the floor? And she said, yes, I do hear his footsteps. So, yeah.
So the
beautiful, beautiful reading.
So the human pet parent was clairaudient then, and she wasn't aware of it until her pet passed, and then she hears the pet's footsteps. And you I'm sure you must have described him or her and experienced the pet. So that's beautiful, and that's very uplifting for those who are bereaved, because our animals are our children. They are infants who can't look after themselves, and their children their whole of their life with their honest little vulnerable innocent hearts.
I know, absolutely, babies, yeah.
Before the show, you mentioned that you connect with the energy of trees and with plants. Would you like to elaborate on that, please, for listeners?
Of course, yeah. This makes me chuckle, really. It's a new development over the last year, and I suddenly one day felt the emotions of the trees, and I meditated on this and concentrated, and now I hear them almost talking to me. It does make me laugh. Talking to me, I feel their emotions, and we had a new tree that was dying, and it said to me what was wrong. It said, I need nutrients, I'm very weak, and we managed to get the nutrients and fed it, and it's fine now. It's really happy. Oh dear.
Is there any
It's
other?
really fun. It does make me laugh.
Oh, it's very. I find it fascinating. Is there any other tree or plant that you could tell us about the feelings of?
We went to the local plant. I've forgotten the word of the plant place.
Nursery, a garden centre or a nurseries, yeah?
garden centre.
Yeah.
Bought some woody plants like lavender.
Beautiful.
And brought them home, and I could hear them giggling and where we're going, and one wanted to be with the other one. They didn't want to be parted.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Funny. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
So did you make sure the two lavenders were sitting together in the garden?
Because one looked very weak, and it says, I don't want to be parted from the other one. Please keep us together. So they're together, and they're doing really well.
Oh, lovely.
And the other one's in. Where are we going? Yeah.
That's almost like little fairies, isn't it?
Yes. Almost like little fairies, yeah.
Yeah. Do you paint spirit animals as well?
I mainly do portraits at the moment. Spirit guides is my passion.
People's spirit guides.
I paint them mainly at the moment. I do loved ones who've gone to spirit. Animals I'm hoping to do very soon because I love to give readings. So to offer a portrait of their pet would be amazing.
Yes. And when we spoke to prepare for the show, I mentioned to you that I have 5 dogs, Jack Russell and Parson Jack Russells, and poor little Lizzie had a little lump on her lip in about January, and it was taken off about 6 months ago. And the vet did a good clear margin around it, as you need to with a little cancer lump, to make sure that there's no fingers or bad cells left. So it was taken off, but sadly she developed another little lump in very near the same spot, and we were talking, yourself and I, about it. And you said she'd come through the operation well, that she's strong, and she really hasn't even got a grey hair, and she's 13. And you also mentioned to me that she has a lot of empathy with myself and my husband Tony. So that was very interesting. So anyway, she's just recuperating from having that other little lump taken off. So we're just hoping that she doesn't get any other lump again in the future. You mentioned to me that you think she's got another 2 or 3 years, which she's 13, which would take her to a 15 or 16, which isn't a bad innings. But when you have them since a puppy, they become your child. You know them so well. She used to play up and down the hall with an empty plastic bottle, and she'd do that for hours. So little Lizzie is like a part of us, and people don't always realise that your pets become a part of you, because they become probably even closer to you sometimes than your children, because they're with you 24/7, whereas children grow up and leave the nest. So do you think little Lizzie's going to be okay and get on to 15 or 16, or should we be worried that another lump might come on her lip?
Well, little Lizzie is very, very strong, and her connection to you and your husband is very strong. And as long as she's with you, this gives her a boost. It gives vitality, energy, and confidence to keep going and overcome any health issues. So the key is the love and the energy that surrounds her, all coming from you.
That's lovely. So it's her family that's giving her the strength. So do you feel she'll?
Dad, yeah.
Sorry, where are Mum and Dad? Do you feel she'll get to a good age?
Of course, yeah. Other than the problem with the lip, I don't see any other problems.
Because the vet said with the lump coming on the lip again, she had less lip to play with, so she said she wasn't as sure that she'd made such a clear margin around the edges of the lump. And it's very important to make sure you've got any bad cells out. So it's been sent off for a biopsy. So we're fingers crossed and praying to God and the angels and spirit guides and helpers that she did get enough margin off. But the last thing we need is a lump to come back a third time. But you don't necessarily think it's going to come back a third time, do you?
No, absolutely not. I'm not seeing anything on her lip at the moment. It's completely clear.
It is now, yes.
Yeah, that's what they're showing me, yeah.
So what are you picking up, that she's not left any bad cells in?
No, I don't see. They're not showing me that there's anything there that's left.
So maybe the vet was just being cautious.
Overcautious, yeah, they always are, aren't they?
Yes, well, that's good then, that if maybe she did get enough clear margin to make sure she got all the bad cells out. So little Lizzie's like my daughter. She's 13, and for a small Jack Russell, every year is 5 years. So I thought, I've worked it out, she's 65. She's a little sweetheart and full of personality. And our other Jack Russells are Parson Jack Russell, so they've got the longer legs. So Lizzie's the girl, and then she's with 4 boys, Bob, Jack, Eric and Charlie. So she's the boss most of the time, as women are. Well, thank you very much, Claire. And I'm sure we need to do another talk in the future about how your psychic art's progressing and how your trance is progressing. So I look forward to speaking with you again. And in the blog, I will put your email, and you don't have a website, do you?
Not at the moment. I'm working on that, yeah.
Okay. But your email is Claire, Claire, Atkins, Atkins, Claire with an I, Atkins, 444 at yahoo.co.uk. But this will be in the blog.
That's good.
And thank you very much for coming along. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Oh, my love. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.